Welcome to Totally Blitz podcast. We in this bitch talking UFC Vegas 80. We go into the Apex main event. Grant Dawson versus Bobby Green, aka King Green, as he likes to be called. This is honestly, I think the best way to talk about it is this is all your favorite prelim, main, maybe semi main card fighters, and they kind of threw them all together onto this little Apex card. So there should be a lot of fun fights, smaller ring, smaller octagon and all. But as always, go down, like, and subscribe. Go down, comment your picks for this, your bets if you're making any bets this weekend. And I'm Paul Pickle Winham Concha, and I'm joined with.
Yeah, that's your boy Cap, Water Boy's your boy, aka the Don PY, aka the realest on your screen. But Paul, man, I fucking love all these fighters. Grant Dawson, Bobby Green, motherfucking. Who else did you say was on this card?
Drew Dauber with the
Joe
Crimson
Piper,
Joquan Buckley's on this bitch.
my Joe Piper. We saw him knock the fuck out some motherfuckers in Miami. So,
Rob,
okay, this is a lit ass card. But how the fuck does Bobby Green have such a fast turnaround? I feel like I just watched him fight Tony Ferguson.
This is what he does. I mean, he also didn't take too much damage in that fight, which helps his odds of getting another quick fight. But that man, I think he fought 4 times in 2022, and in one of them, it was within two of those fights were within a month of each other. Whatever
Wow.
he filled in to fight Islam. So like he just always active. He getting that money. He's a man about the paper. So and he just likes to fight. I think he's just one of those real deal. He's what you would call a throwback fighter. Doesn't care about the record. I just want to bang.
That boy, the real deal Holyfield.
And like that's what a lot of these people on this card are kind of like Alex Morano, like been in here a while. Jaquan Buckley, he's continuing his now he's at welterweight. He's continuing his welterweight journey. This will be his second, I think, fight at welterweight. Drew Dauber kind of making a name for himself. Now he's on the journey again. But these are all people that like to fight. Nate the Train Manis is on this motherfucker. Like these people that like blood and like to throw hands.
Gotta respect it. Gotta respect it. Gotta love it. But what fight do you want to talk first?
Let's kick off the main card with when we brought his name up a few times. Drew Dauber is taking on Ricky Glenn. Big favorite, minus 430 for that boy Drew Dauber.
Oh wow.
Pretty well. I mean, he's coming off the loss to Matt Frivola, where it was, I mean, one of the best 2-minute fights you ever go watch. They were just went in there and banged it out. But that'll happen when you accept that, like, hey, we're both prideful grown men. Let's go meet in the center and just bang one out. And that's what happened.
Unless you find Max Holloway. Man,
Yeah.
you know.
But I mean, Ricky Glenn, 23-7-2. I mean, 22-7-2. Has a draw with Grant Dawson that's on this card, who is actually the main event on this card. He kind of he got a little bit of submission in his bag, but he likes to stand up mostly. I just really think Drew Dauber is a big favorite for a reason. Like Drew Dauber probably even by KO because he was on a nice little 3-0 win streak. One over Terrence Mitchell, one over who else he beat? He KO'd over KO Bobby Green, Rafael Alves. So like he was on a nice little KO streak before he got stopped by Frivola. I think he goes back to his KO streak on this one.
I want to see it, man. I think Frivola. I don't know. I picked Frivola because I fucked with my boy Steve Roller in that Judoba fight. But when that fight started, I thought Judoba was going to get him. Like I did say, those for that first minute of those 2 minutes, Judoba had his number, and
Yeah.
then Frivola said, "Yeah." Frivola took over the next 2 minutes, the next minute, and that fight was over after that. So Judoka is a great fucking fighter, and I feel like this is a great way for him to pick that momentum and that steam back up that he was building up until he fought Steamroller. And then, is he still in the top 15?
No, I think he lost his 15.
So yeah, I think he's getting he's working to get his number back. So that's where that shit goes.
And then we got Alex Morano. This is a pick 'em here. Alex Morano plus 135 taking on Joquan Buckley minus 160. Buckley's the favorite here. And I mean, this is Buckley, I think, second fight at welterweight, maybe third. I could be wrong.
It might be a second because the last fight, remember, he's like, "Man, fuck y'all motherfuckers," and then no, he said nigga. He said nigga on and everybody was like, "Ooh."
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was right after he knocked out Andre Falaho, who got beat up by Tim Means the last card we talked. So like Vallejo's been getting his ass whooped pretty badly, but Joaquin Buckley, slight favorite here, Kev. Are you rocking with the Buck train?
You know I'm rocking with my dog Joe Quinn. Buckley. Now that boy's straight though. I like his fighting style. He's really explosive, and he's like a short muscle hamster. So I feel like his punches hurt. I really feel like he has a lot of strength. He has a lot of strength back there. So motherfucking, I'm definitely taking Joe Quinn Buckley.
So I'm gonna split here. I'm gonna take the dog Alex Morano here.
Really?
He got nice submission game where if Buckley does try to wrestle, I think that might not help him too much. I think he has a good BJJ. He can stand up. He's definitely not going to win the stand up exchange, but I think he's going to make it dirty, get on the inside, try to take it to the mat. I mean, he does have a unanimous decision over Matthew Smellenberger. He does have a submission win over Tim Means. His last fight, he submitted Tim Means, who looked great against Andre Vallejo. Like outside of losing to Santiago Ponzinibbio, which he got knocked out, and losing to Anthony Pettis and losing to Chaos Williams, he has a nice resume in the UFC. He has a few other losses early on in the UFC, but a lot of dubs. I'm talking about. I think he's since the Anthony Pettis loss in 2020, he's 5-1 with the one loss to Ponzinibbio with Cato, Donald Cowboy Cerrone, unanimous decision over Smellersberger, submitting Tim Means. I just think he's the better all-around fighter. He's seen Joaquin Buckley's before. He's gonna be prepared for this fight, and I just like him because he's the underdog. I like if this was him as the favorite, I probably would pick Buckley, but I like the plus odds I can get on Morano in this fight.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I definitely like Morano as an all-around fighter in this one. But you know I gotta rock with my dog Buckley because I feel like he's coming in. If he lands something explosive, that's where he takes over the fight and continues moving. But if you can't get that good crack, like if you can't crack Morano's gonna make this a long go for him.
Then our next fight, we got Joe Pfeiffer, big favorite, another massive favorite on the card, going up against Abdul Razak Al-Hassan, fighter out of Ghana, Africa. I mean, he's been on the UFC since 2016, and he has a KO over Charlie Ward, a KO over Nico Price, a KO win over Sabah Homasa twice. Fought him back to back, knocked him out both times.
Damn.
Yeah, but then he has losses to Chaos Williams, Jacob Mukan, Joaquin Buckley, Manir Lazez. I just don't really know how to re-rate this fighter. He's definitely a stand-up fighter, 100%. Will like to bang. Joe Pfeiffer is a crisp boxer, though. So whereas Hassan he's another Joaquin Buckley kind of built guy. So he's compact, built, 5'10", all muscle. Pfeiffer's 6'2". I think Pfeiffer's gonna box him from the outside here, but you might have to worry about a looping shot because Obi does have power. But I just think Pfeiffer's gonna be the more crisp boxer. He's gonna get the dub here.
I respect it. I would love to see Pfeiffer do a thing in this motherfucker. Yeah, I like Joe Pfeiffer. I remember when we walked into UFC Miami 287 in Miami, and all you heard was that boom, woo. And we knew it was in the right place. Joe Pfeiffer blessed me with that memory, so I'm always gonna be on his side. And like you said, he's a great fucking boxer. Unless you coming through ready to take him down and really bring your shit to the match, you don't really want to box with Brody.
Yeah, and the looping shots might land, but you gotta hope for a looping shot to land. You can't really game plan that and actually work it.
Yeah.
And then our next fight, another minus 400 favorite, Grant Dawson, big favorite over Bobby Green, plus 310. Bobby Green coming off a nice little win over our boy Tony Ferguson. Grant Dawson also coming off a nice win. I think he had a draw with Ricky Glenn, who's on the card, back in 2021. Since then, 3-0, 2 submissions, 1 unanimous decision over Demar Ismagulov. And he kind of manhandled him. He took on Marco Madsen, the Olympic wrestler, submitted him, took on Jared Gordon, submitted him. I mean, he's been looking really good since that draw with Ricky Glenn. And unless Bobby Green can stop him from taking him down, I don't think Bobby Green got a shot, really. You might stop him for a little bit, but I think eventually this is gonna hit the mat.
And then he just looked up every time I see Grant Dawson, I say, America, you have your Khabib. Grant Dawson, even though I fuck with Bobby Green, he beat my dog Tony. I still fuck with Bobby Green. But Grant Dawson is about to take this to the mat, make it a slow, methodical fight, and it's a 5-round fight. Take him to the deep waters and watch him drown. I want to see if Grant Dawson. I don't think this is the matchup that tells me Grant Dawson is like a problem in this division, but just because I feel like the styles is kind of made for him to beat the fuck out of Bobby Green for 5 rounds. But it's coming. But if Bobby Green was to beat Grant Dawson, now I'm like, oh, especially if he could do it without getting taken down and just keeps on fighting and shows that he can fight in a 5-round fight, I'd be like, oh, Bobby Green is him. But no, I got my dog Grant Dawson in this one.
So I didn't put enough respect on Grant Dawson. He has 10 fights in the UFC, 1 draw, 9 wins. He has yet to lose. So, like, this man has been steamrolling motherfuckers. So, I mean, that should be enough said. I was only going back to his 1 draw, Ricky Glenn, 2021, but you got to go all the way back to 2017. Joins the UFC. He's yet to know what a loss is. And he's hasn't looked back. And I think Bobby Green is not the guy that's going to stop.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a fun press conference. I wonder the boys gonna be talking shit.
I don't know. I don't think Grant Dawson's the chirpy type, but Bobby Green does also like to make things a little interesting.
He likes to push his buttons because look what he did to Tony. Yeah, Tony this bitch talking about some Bobby.
No, but I mean, like I said, it's gonna be a fun fight. There's gonna be a card. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of finishes. And it's gonna be there's gonna be another week where it's gonna be kind of hard for Dana to just pick a few winners.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's not our job. But motherfucking, it's gonna be a fun fight. I'm not gonna lie though, fun card. But I'm not gonna lie though, Paul. We feel like we haven't live streaming forever. I feel like we gotta get back. We gotta get back to live because this is gonna be the one to live stream because there's going to be a lot of crazy shit that goes down this card.
We'll see what time is the main card. I know they're in Vegas, but sometimes they like to do some walking. Yeah, the main card's at 7, so my ass won't even be home until late, like 9:30.
You know how that shit goes, but now we'll get back to that. But I'm looking forward to this card. We got no UFC last week, so even though we had Charlo versus Canelo, I'm still looking forward to this card because this could be a nice little vibe.
Yeah, and this is gonna, like I said, I think it's gonna be a fun one, and it's gonna hold us over. What's the next big card?
UFC 294. Oliveira versus Islam.
Yeah, which is not October even October 21st. So it's coming up. It's 20 days away, less than 20 days away. So yeah, these next 2 cards are gonna hold us over for the prime rib we know coming.
Yeah, I gotta go check that whole card to see who else is on that bitch. I know Hosman's on that bitch. We gotta see who else is on that.
But as always, go down, like, and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching a Totally Blitz podcast. We just broke down UFC Vegas 80. Give us your picks down in the comment section. Who y'all got winning? Y'all got any bets riding this weekend? I love to hear them because I'm going to be riding some myself. And as always, this has been another episode of Totally Blitz podcast. I'm Paul Pickle-Winham, joined with Kevin Waterboy, Street Fight Enthusiast Savoy. And if y'all didn't know, now y'all know, motherfuckers.